A while back, I was reading a story about William Booth. William Booth, some of you may know, was the founder of the Salvation Army. Now, the Salvation Army has done amazing things all over the world to help tons of people. But I want you to hear where this was birthed out of. I mean, out of the heart of the man that envisioned it in the first place. What led him to start such an amazing organization that's blessed literally millions and millions of people? I was reading about one night when William Booth had a dream. And in this dream, he was drowning in an ocean. I mean, there was water everywhere. He couldn't keep his head above water. He looked around him, and there was all these other people drowning as well. And he said that when his head went below water the final time, where he thought that he was absolutely going to die, a hand reached down into the water and pulled him up on a rock that was in the middle of the ocean. It was the only rock around. And so as he got up there on that rock, he began to look around and saw the thousands of other people in the water that were drowning. He said that his heart began to race fast and he didn't know what to do. He looked around on the rock and the people on the rock were acting really weird. I mean, they weren't helping pull other people out of the water. Some of them were dancing, some of them were singing, some of them were sleeping. I mean, it was crazy to see these people on a rock in the middle of the ocean with thousands of people drowning and them doing nothing. And so William said that it just made a decision deep in his heart that he had to go and help as many people out of the water as he could. And so he started reaching as many people and pulling them in, and he saw heads going under and not coming back up, and he had no idea what to do. And then he woke up. And William Booth that day said that the Holy Spirit pricked his heart in a massive way. He knew the dream was from God. And he said this. He said that the rock in the middle of the ocean represented Jesus, that as we are saved out of the world, as we are saved out of our sin, we are brought onto the rock of Jesus to be saved and sanctified and pure. But the problem is that many of us who have been saved out of that, we do nothing to save the people that are around us that are hurting, the people that are dying, the people that are literally drowning next to us. And so many of us, Christians at times in the church, we do nothing to help the people around us. And the dream that day hit William Booth so hard because he knew that this was true of him. He knew that it was true of the churches around him. And he made a commitment that day that it would never be true of him again or his church. Friends, let me ask you something. What are you truly doing right now in your life to help those around you that are hurting, that are broken, that are drowning? Are you helping and reaching your hand down to pull them out? Or are you sleeping on the rock? Are you dancing on the rock? Are you singing on the rock? Or are you truly doing what Jesus has called you and I to do and saving other people with what we've been given? You see, friends, the truth is this, that Jesus has saved you and I so that we can also go and save other people. Jesus has saved you and I so that we can also go and save other people. And so I hope that this dream that William Booth had many, many, many years ago would convict you and encourage you today in your life the way that it has mine. And I pray and I ask you, would you please consider doing whatever you can to pull the people around you out of the water and onto the rock, and do whatever it takes to save as many people as possible. Friends, listen. Jesus' love and grace is the most amazing thing in this world, and we are not called to keep it to ourselves. We are called to pass it out to as many people as we can. And so today, friends, don't just sit on the rock, don't just sleep on the rock, don't just dance and sing on the rock, but may you get in the water and begin to bring other people into the love of Christ, because it's for this purpose that Jesus has called you. It's for this purpose that he sent you out into the world. Jesus said, "As the Father has sent me, so I send you." Think about that, friends. The Father sent Jesus out of heaven into the world to seek and save the lost. And in that same way, Jesus has saved us and sent us out into the world to do the same thing. So whatever you're doing today, I ask that you would consider deeply in your heart, what are you doing to save as many people as you can around you for the love of Christ and for his glory? God bless you as you begin to live this out every day.